Good morning, fellas. Working on the Cadillac a bit today? Lot to look at. I'm a little bit befuddled. Let's see, what are we up against here? So, I'm looking at this thing and I'm definitely gonna paint it. I gotta paint the whole thing anyway. I'm also looking at the chrome strips, and underneath the chrome there's rust. How do I deal with that without taking the chrome off? You really don't. And then if I take the chrome off, the chrome's all in great shape. But if I take the chrome off, do I leave it off? Just not sure what to do. I guess I could de-chrome it. It's all gonna be red anyway, bright red. They got the cheapest paint I could think of. I was at the stage yesterday where I cleaned up everything with the wire wheel, and I got filthy dirty, which is great. And then I gotta spray it up with some ospho. Now this here, I gotta wire this off a little bit more still. That's all got flaky rust on it, but nothing major. It's just like sand, you know? It doesn't come off like shards, big chunks. Anyway, my next step is to hit it with ospho. You think I knocked enough stuff off it? I guess I'll be spending the next hour cleaning up. Well guys, this isn't a commercial or anything, but I'm gonna try using this stuff. It's the ospho. It's what everybody says is great. Anyway, anytime I've ever seen it on the internet or something like that, always gets good reviews. Rusted metal, that's what we're doing. It's also got instructions for new metals and cleaning and etching and galvanized, first aid and caution. So rusted metal, basically it's not a paint. Merely remove rust, paint and scale, dirt, oil, grease and other accumulation with a wire brush or pressure washer and let dry. Apply a thin coat of ospho. Comes pre-diluted in a container. Let dry for a minimum of 24 hours. Then apply paint. That can't get much easier than that. It's so easy I can do it. It says this gallon will treat 600 square feet. When applied to rusted surface, ospho causes iron oxide, which is rust, to chemically change to iron phosphate, an inert, hard substance that turns metal black. Where rust is exceedingly heavy, 2 coats of ospho may be necessary to thoroughly penetrate and blacken the surface to be painted. Okay, so that says wipe down with a solvent-based cleaner before painting. And I probably will do most of that. I'm gonna put it in my oldest Harbor Freight paint gun. We'll see how it goes. I got the air pressure set way down and I'm gonna suit up with a lot of protective stuff so I don't get this phosphoric acid on me. All right, well, the annoying part's getting the tape off the cap. And I probably don't wanna get this stuff on my hands. I probably should go get some gloves on. I almost forgot I had these gloves. I bought 2 boxes just so I could try to keep my hands cleaner. But obviously it's not working too great. But keep trying. All the time, try, try, try. All right, so gloves. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit in there. I'm not gonna put a lot because I'm gonna be painting up like this and I don't want it dripping out on my arm. That'd be kind of crazy. Sealed for my protection. Hope we don't spill any because it'll eat a hole in the floor too. Probably should have my goggles on already. Well, I got enough in it to start and see what happens. Make sure I get this cap on there right. Sure enough, I got some on my glove. Maybe it's just the gun, but that just wasn't working, just not spraying out. It's thin, it's water thin, so it should spray. I gotta check the gun out. Well, that gun's plugged up, it's just shot. It's an old Harbor Freight gun. I think the last time Connor used it, maybe me. We painted with it and we didn't clean it good enough, so glad it's not like an $800 gun. But anyway, I bought this last time I was at Harbor Freight. I think it was $9, which is stupid cheap, and it is cheap. Plus, I got a free Ziploc bag with it. That's pretty good. But don't want to suffocate your babies with this bag, so watch out for that. Anyway, I'm going to set this thing up. We'll see if this works. It's got the 1.4 nozzle in it, but this is stroke, right? This adjustment right here, it's got the jam nut. See, I can pull it back. That limits your trigger pull. I got my fan here, which is going to get shut down real tight, which means I'll probably have to limit my pull so I don't pour it on too heavy. But I'm going to set it up and then we'll try it again. So I'm going to set this right there for now. And the compressor kicked on. Okay, so I tried it out and I had a little episode. The nozzle wouldn't stop dripping out of the gun. But I got some sprayed up in there and I think it's going to look good. So anyway, you want to wear your eye protection, everything. It does choke you up. Respiratory protection, especially if you're spraying it through a gun. Now, I wound up with it dripping, but I tried it with some water and now I've got some of the acid in there again. I think there was a speck of dirt got in the nozzle and that held the nozzle open. So I don't think it destroyed the gun. I hope. Yeah, let's try it again. Let's see what happens. I got the door open and the fan on. Those windows are open back there. Try to get a little bit of cross flow. Getting all suited up here. Definitely want this respirator on. I had it off and it was a little bit of mist in the air, and by golly, I could feel it. So, gotta be careful. Okay, the fan has taken most of the fumes out of the air. I did breathe a little bit in it. It's irritating my throat a little bit. Hopefully it won't bother me too much. Anyway, got a couple drips on the floor. I probably should have put a sheet of cheap plastic down. That probably would have been a good idea. Instead, I threw down some baking soda on the floor, and you can see it react as soon as you do it. Okay, well, I don't think it looks too bad. It's already starting to turn black. It's still wet. So this stuff's got to dry at least 24 hours, which is no problem because I'm going on a little junkyard tour tomorrow. Looks like I got it pretty thoroughly. If there's any other places, I'll dab some on it. Probably what I'll do is just dab the other stuff on. Later on today, I'll do that. I'm going to let it drip. I got to do something with that hood. It's got a big dent in it. So I think that's the next thing I'm going to attack. That and the trim. So I'm going to bring the car down. Just bringing it down. I see spots I missed. So top of the frame here. That top of that A-frame, I'm gonna hit that. So I guess I gotta suit up again and do it again, a little bit more. It won't be the end of the world. I'm waffling terrible on whether or not I should pull all the chrome off this thing, leave it off, or what I should do. What I've noticed is the front fenders, the chrome, it's die cast and then plated, and it's got the pocks that die cast gets. But they don't look bad, and I could leave them. The front fenders, both of them, there's no rust underneath them or anything, so I could tape those off and paint around them. The driver's door is the same way. That's stainless steel polished. That could stay. I could just leave that on the car and tape around it. The same with the passenger back, well, with the driver's back door. I could leave it on. Okay, on the passenger side, the long strip in the back seems pretty clean. There doesn't be any rust. I get to the passenger back door, I got rust. I get to the passenger front door, I got rust. So they're just gonna have to come off. And then I'm gonna have to deal with it from there. I'm not sure how these come off. I might have to take the inner door panel off. They may be barrel snaps. Don't know, but looks like I gotta find out. Okay, to take this chrome off, there was a cute little screw there. And then this nut was inside here on a little stud you probably can't see because it's so dark. So my next thing is I gotta see about the field ones because I found one here already. Well, looks like I gotta take this door panel off. These tools come in handy. They're little, I don't know what you call them, door clip poppers. I got these at Harbor Freight for like $7 or $8. As much as I'd rather just buy real tools, sometimes Harbor Freight's all that's available to me. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. I don't know, how do these things come off? Are they pop-offs? Probably not. Slide off? Ah! I found it. Slide them this way. There must be a screw or something there. Well, there's a screw here. I don't know if that's the one doing it, but I guess we'll find out. That's a heck of a place for a screw. Underneath the window molding, the window seal. You know, the window seals aren't horrible in this. I always like changing them on stuff, but that'll be another couple $100, I bet. I'm really thinking this, oh, I think that was it. I really think this old girl's not going to live outside anymore. If there's any way I can, I'm going to keep this car undercover. That way. I love this tool. I use this tool all the time. Comes in handy for all kinds of stuff. All right, well, I'm feeling up around in here and I'm not finding it. I'm not finding a nut. I'm not finding any. I feel a little nub, but I think it goes into a barrel snap. That's all it can be. So looks like I'm gonna have to try to pop it off from the outside, only be a little more forceful, which I hate to do, but I guess I gotta. It looks like I got a little rust here too. Wow, all the weird. That's the thing about a car, it gets water inside, you get rust in all the weird places. Okay, it looks like I just gotta try a little harder. Boy, that's really on there though. Really kinda, really tight. I don't want to damage this chrome. I really don't want to damage the chrome. I switched on to the next one, which is at the next rust spot. Strips. Wonder if I can get under here with this tool. It's a stud. And it also leaves me with another dilemma now. Yeah, see what they are? Little plastic studs. Chip trims, kind of just pushing them off with a screwdriver. You know, just setting it there like flat, giving it a gentle tap with my hand. Work my way down. You want to tap where it's still stuck, not where it's loose, because if you tap where it's loose, you're going to bend it for sure. So where it's still tight is where you do the tapping. And see, it's coming off. Very gentle. I don't want to mess it up. I don't know if I'll put these back on anyway, but maybe somebody will. I don't know if these are an option from the factory or dealership or where these came from, but they're a nice little piece. They say Adele Detroit on them with a patent number. And I think these are formed right to this door. I mean, these won't go on anything else, I don't think. I got the other chrome piece to take off, and the back of the door, there's no screw this time. I don't know if there's one in the front, and I can't really open the door far enough to see. So I'm kind of trapped at the moment. Well, I know there's no screw here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a barrel snap there, so I'm going to try that maneuver. Maybe I can slide it that way? Let's try it. Let's see what happens if I just tap it with my little plastic hammer. Oh, it's moving. I just slid it that way, which could be trouble, because if I slide it that way, I'm going to be stuck in the fender. I don't have much choice, do I? Oh yeah, now I got it stuck in there. That's beautiful. And the deal is, If I bend any of this molding, it all comes off. Oh, there's like two of them right next to each other here. That I don't understand. Well, I got that one up in. Popped it. I must have driven it in further. I should have come the other way. I didn't know which way these are going, but I popped two of them now. I bet you if I pull it this way, I'll be able to pop them off the pins. Wow, can't do it. I gotta go around the other side of the lift to even get to it now. Wow, pop that one too now. Seems like I ought to be able to tug it back, right? Truth be known, if I put the chrome back on, I probably won't. I'll probably just glue it on or use two-sided tape. Alright, so I got them all except for the very front one. And I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm going to see if I can pull it back so I can close the door again. Back on the other side of the post. Okay. So I pulled that. But I don't know what's holding it. Yep, there's a 3/8 nut there. Which means it's a stud. And that means, what's that mean? I'm not even sure what it means. I do know one thing, these clips don't loosen up if you slide them front and back. Okay, I hit a minor roadblock on this chrome, but that's not a big deal. I stuck a piece of tape on here so it doesn't flop down and get bent. And close the door. And I can't open the door enough to take the nut out that's holding this end of it. So, all that to say, I gotta wait till I get it down on its wheels and roll it out so I can open the door all the way. But that'll happen here shortly. I'm gonna have to do that anyway. I'm gonna have to figure out, I kinda like it up on the lift, the paint. Man, I'd love to have a scissor lift. I think I'm gonna get one someday. See if I can find one used or something, and that'd be awesome because I'd be able to have it out in the open where I could put it up and down and it'd be easy to do body work. I just don't like to squat down and bend anymore. My knees are shot. So, I don't know. Okay, so that chrome's going on a back burner. So I think I'm gonna try to get some work done on this hood. Okay, so the hood's not horrible. I got this nice trim of chrome here. I'm gonna tape that off. I don't see any rust that I gotta get to. I don't feel rust underneath it. I got some rust here. So there is a bit of surface rust up and under. Now that I got a light on it, we can see it. I don't think there's any holes. I haven't found any yet. Get this trim off. I gotta get this emblem off. I got a big dent too. Looks like something ugly happened to the hood. Pretty major dent. A little bit on this side, but mostly just right here. My crazy idea is I'm gonna drill a hole here so I can get to it and pound it out. Well, there it is. I got a hole in the hood. I beat it a little bit with a screwdriver to get that up out of the way of the drill bit. I thought I'd rather have this than have a hole. I might be wrong, but I think I can get on there now with a spoon or something and pound it out. At least try to get it straightened up some. So just looking this thing over, this side of the hood is pretty good. Little bit of a dent there. That might come up with the other side, I doubt it. But when I pushed this up so that my drill bit wouldn't go through it, it did pop most of this one up, but it's still low right through here. So I just gotta work on it a little bit, see if I could pop that up. I don't know if you could see it, where it's low through here. Tire spoon. Maybe this will work. Whoa, see that? Popped it up here. So it's pretty good all the way to here now. It did seem to help this side. That's a high spot there though, so what am I gonna do about that? Okay, I'm just trying to push it up without really stretching it. Boy, you want to watch some good videos. Some of these paint repair guys, paintless dent repair guys, wow, they'll spend hours and they'll fix a dent with no paint. Put heat on it so the paint's so flexy. Yeah, I'm a little beyond that. I gotta paint this anyway, so. Getting close. Now, I really did mess this up when I did what I did with it, but I'm going to use this pipe for the bottom side and see if I can tap it back down with the hammer. I want to have this pipe flat on it so it holds it. Not too bad. I think I lost that again. I think what that's going to wind up being is a pop dent from getting stretched like it did. Let me try to push this back where it belongs. Oh, that's better. It's much better. Still got to take a little putty, you know, but not a whole lot. It's going to take putty anyway, you know, because I got little rusty things all over. I'm pretty close now. I could actually putty this. See, this is the high spot. When this ripples down, this ripples up. So if I try to pop that back up again. If I ripple that up, that'll ripple that down. Yep. It pulled it here and stretched it, made it smooth. Now I got it so it just pops back and forth. These are the worst things for me to deal with. I really honestly don't know how to fix that. Because it stretched the metal. How do I shrink it now? Because now it's high here. Pops up and down, in and out. When I do that, it makes it better here. Now it's high here. What do I do? I guess I try to top it back down again a little bit more. So now I've just stretched it here. Probably made it worse. Oh, hi, Connor.
What's up?
Connor just showed up. He wants to teach me how to do this.
No water yet, huh?
Yeah, I got water right there. Because a snake can bite you. So now I got it so it pops up. Kind of stays up. That's a high spot. That's a low spot. That's a fixed spot. There's a dent there too.
That's good enough to putty.
Good enough to putty? Trying to make it perfect, Connor.
That's what Bondo does.
Oh, that's funny. I think I'm going to have to roll with Connor's estimation. But I'm just still a little high here, Con.
Well, knock it down.
If I knock it down, it makes a big dent and that pops the other side up high.
Yeah, the problem is they stretched it, whatever hit that.
Huh?
Whatever hit that stretched it pretty good.
Well, I also popped that up when I was drilling. I hit it with the bit. I should have left the hole. I'd been better off.
Yeah, right there is high.
I'll watch. Pop dent.
And that's a pop dent?
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
I know. And when I pop that down, it pops up here. How do I shrink that again?
I don't know. People do it with heat.
Yeah, that's people that know what they're doing.
Exactly. So I don't know how we do it.
Huh?
I don't know how we would do it.
I know. I don't know how to do it. I honestly don't. That one guy has a shrinking tool. Now this is so stretched it's a pop dent. So it pops up or it pops down. It don't stay in the same place. How do you shrink it? I don't know. Fill it with putty? Probably. Yep. It's either popped up. No, it's really not. Nah, it's not really too high. It's really not bad. Now I'm looking at it. If I can get this. Well, I can get this little high spot right here down. Pop that. Actually, it really isn't bad. Probably should just go ahead and putty that. Well, that just did something that was good. Oh, I think that's better. Yeah, look at that. I hit the front edge. I must have pushed it back enough to where it's really kind of good. Next step, putty. Well, guys, it's going to be about 5 o'clock, but the Emperor said I could work another hour. So what I'm going to do is get some of that rustzilla stuff that I have in a spray bottle, and I'm going to spray it up all under the hood. It seemed to work good the way I sprayed it, and then use a foam brush to move it around. Try to get everything pretty thoroughly coated as far as the rust stuff goes. So I'm going to do that right now. So the rustzilla, where's the can? Here it is. So the rustzilla, it seems to work good. But see a little bit of grit there? A little bit of grit in the filter. Now when I first put this stuff in a bottle, which was that old spray bottle I had, I threw it away because it's jammed shut. I got a brand new spray bottle now. That was an old bottle, so it could have been the bottle went bad, but I think this stuff's got grit in it, and I think that it plugs stuff up if you want to do a spray application. We're going to see how this one works. I don't think I like that sprayer for this. Probably more work than this hood deserves, to be honest. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, share, ring the bell, share again, and then subscribe and share and ring the bell. See you on the next one.